Hello and welcome to German Lessons with Mr. Ferguson. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum Deutschunterricht mit Herrn Ferguson. Die 7. Stunde, the 7th lesson, ist wie man das Verb sein benutzt, using the verb sein, which means to be. Before wir anfangen, please remember to like this video, bitte klickt Gefällt mir, and to subscribe to my channel, so that I can keep helping you with your German. Bitte vergesst nicht zu abonnieren. If you're enjoying my videos, please consider buying me a coffee by clicking the banner now. All contributions are gratefully received and allow me to continue to bring you new and exciting German content whilst keeping it free to access on YouTube. Thank you to those of you who've already contributed. It's very much appreciated. Vielen Dank. In any language, the two most important verbs or doing words tend to be and to have, and German is no exception. This lesson will be looking at the verb to be, which in German is the verb sein. Often overlooked as a verb at all, because being is something we all do without thinking about it, to be comes in many forms, such as in English, I am, you are, he, she or it is, we or they are, for example, and the same happens in German. As you can see, in English, the verb to be changes depending on who is being. For example, I am and you are, as opposed to you am or I are. These changes are called conjugations. For us to fully understand how the German verb sein works, we need to learn the different pronouns that can occur. In German, we have the following 10 pronouns. Ich, meaning I. Du, meaning you, when in an informal situation and you're talking to one person. If you're unsure what I mean when I say an informal situation, please go back and watch lesson 2 by clicking here, where I explain what is meant by informal and formal. Er means he, sie means she, es means it, man means one or anyone, wir, meaning we, ihr, meaning you, when in an informal situation and you're talking to two or more people. Sie, with a capital S, means you in a formal situation, no matter how many people you're talking to. And sie, with a lowercase s, meaning they. Notice that the words for she and they are the same, where the word for you in the formal sense is the same but with a capital letter. This is why it's so important to know the verb conjugations, as they give more clarity to the reader or listener about who is doing the action. All verbs have a default form, which is the form that you'd find when looking in a dictionary. These forms are officially called infinitives. In English, all infinitives start with the word to. For example, to go, to stay, to run, to jump, to be, to have, etc. These are verbs that are straight out of the box. They haven't been changed in any way. They haven't been put into a different form depending on the pronoun, which is called conjugation. An unconjugated verb is called an infinitive. The infinitive sein, which means to be, conjugates in the present tense in the following way. Ich bin means I am. Du bist means you are in an informal and singular sense. Er ist, he is. Sie ist, she is. Es ist, it is. Man ist, one is or anyone is. Wir sind, we are. Ihr seid, you are, in an informal and plural sense. This could be thought of as you all are. Sie sind, with a capital S, meaning you are in a formal sense. And Sie sind, with a lowercase s, meaning they are. Some examples. Ich bin Herr Ferguson. I am Mr. Ferguson. Ich bin groß. I am tall. Du bist mein Freund. You are my male friend. Ist freundlich. He is friendly. Sie ist cool. She is cool. Es ist kalt. It is cold. Wir sind intelligent. We are intelligent. Ihr seid lustig. You are funny, or you are all funny. Sie sind mein Chef. You are my boss. Sie sind meine Eltern. They are my parents. To form a question, simply swap the pronoun ich, du, sie, es, etc. with the verb. For example, bist du meine Freundin? Are you my female friend? Ist gemein? Is he mean? Sind Sie der Deutschlehrer? Are you the male German teacher? Sind Sie die Deutschlehrerin? Are you the female German teacher? And that's all there is to the verb sein in German. It's worth learning this verb off by heart because it's what we call irregular. This means that it follows no discernible pattern, meaning the only way to know it is to learn it. It's also important to note that in German there is no ing tense, by which I mean that English sentences like I am going, or I am eating, or he is running, can be translated as I go, I eat, and he runs in German. There are also verbs that have the word be in their meaning, like to be called, which is heißen. If you look back at lesson 2 by clicking here, you will remember that ich heiße means I am called. We don't need to say ich bin heiße, as that would mean I am called. It's a good idea to pause the video now to take any notes about the conjugation of sein, the meaning of what an infinitive is, or to remind yourself of the lack of ing tense in German. Habe ich etwas vergessen? Have I forgotten something? If you're a native German speaker and think I've forgotten to say something important about the verb sein, or if you conjugate sein in a different way due to your accent or dialect, please let me know by writing a comment below. Bitte schreibt einen Kommentar. Also, please remember to click subscribe to receive all of my German lesson videos, language learning tips and updates. You can also follow me on Instagram with the username Herr Ferguson and on Twitter under @HerrFerguson. Otherwise, from me, it's danke und auf Wiedersehen.